51 to 56. Table, we have 6 companies, total number of published books, percentage of books distributed among number of distributors. And the next 57, pie chart with 2 images, one with total number of employees in first organization and second organization. Okay. And then 63, 3 companies, 6 years. So you have 18 numbers here. Yes or no? But whereas previous set we have only 12 numbers. 6 and 6, 12 numbers. And next 75. Managers, number of officers, and male and female ratio for 6 organizations. So if I want to pick this, first I will try to complete 57, this set, and then I will come to first set 51 onwards. Getting my point? And then I will come to 75, ratio 1, and then 63. 63 and this one either are one and the same. You can change your order. And you also have last set 95 one. 95. Income and expenditure. So that you can decide whether you get profit or loss. Okay? Right. Now, let me start with first set. Where is this? 51. Come on, number of books distributed by company B is what percent of number of books distributed by company E? This is about books distribution only. B occupies how much? 6,400. And we need to calculate this as a percentage with respect to 5,600. Am I right? 2 zeros cancel. 64 can be written as 64 and 56. Both are 8 multiples. 8 how many times? 8 times. And denominator 7 times. Into 100. That means 8 by 7 is 1 by 7 more than 1. 1 in the sense what percentage? 100%. 1 by 7 is 14 2 by 7. Total number of books distributed. Yes. We are taking only total number of books. Books distributed in B is 90%. And in E we have only 80%. So you can straight forward there itself cancel 0. And 6,400, 5,600. You can cancel 2 zeros. Write the remaining numbers. 9 into 64 by 8 into 56. 8 how many times? 8 times. 8 how many times? 7 times. So final value is 9 by 7. 9 by 7 in the sense 1 plus 2 by 7. 1 in percentage is 100%. 2 by 7 can be written as 2 into 1 by 7. 1 by 7 is 14 2 by 7. Into 2, 28, 4 by 7. Answer 128, 4 by 7. Next. Among the total number of books distributed by company D, respective ratio of academic and non-academic books was 5:4. What was the number of non-academic books distributed by company D? Okay. Company D, how much percent we have distributed? 90%. They are divided in the ratio 5:4. Total parts, 9 parts. Number of distributed are in parts, 9 parts. And in terms of percentage, 90%. Then one part is 10%. Your question is to identify non-academic books. That is how many parts? 4 parts. Should be what percentage? 40% of this number. What is 10%? 350. Double 700. Double 1400. Yes. Or else straightforward you can take this number 3500, which is 7 multiple. Answer should be 7 multiple. There is only one 7 multiple. Anyway, you need to calculate some percentage of 7 multiple. Should be 7 multiple. Next. What was the average number of books published by A, C, D together? A, books published, right? Right. Published or distributed? Published in the sense you need to consider only original numbers 4,800, 8,800, 3,500. Now, verify only hundreds places 800, 800, 500, that is 2,100. Yes or no? 2,100. Last three zeros, last three digits, 100. So, you are asked about average. Sum is equal to average multiplied by 3. Should end with 100. 5,300 into 3. Will that ends with 100? This one? No. This one? Yes. This one? No. This one? No. 5,700 final answer. When you add 3 values, your number ends with 100. That means sum ends with 100. Sum in the sense average multiplied by number of numbers. 700 into 3 only ends with 100. Next. What was the difference between number of books received by each distributor working with company B and number of books received by each distributor working with company F? You asked about difference. Yes. Okay. Now, for B, how many distributors are there? 10. And for F? 6. Now, 10 distributors are there for company B, and how many books were distributed? If 90% distributed among 10 distributors, each gets 9%. What is 1%? 64. 9% in the sense 64 9 times? Let me write that number as it is. 64 into 9. I will calculate that part later. Okay? Next. And for F, you have 6 distributors, 70%. What is 1%? 72. 70% in the sense 72 into 70. These were number of books distributed among 6 distributors. For each you will get by 6. 6 how many times? 12 times. So, you know that 12 into 70 is definitely more than 64 into 9. 64 into 9 ends with 6. 12 into 70 ends with 0. Am I right? If you subtract a number ending with a 0, number ending with 6 from number ending with 0, your answer should end with 4. How many options are ending with 4? Final answer. 12 into 70 is definitely more than 64 into 9. When you are verifying your last digit using difference, always be careful to subtract smallest number from the largest number. Babu, you fan up here. Subtract smallest number from the largest number only. Okay? Right. Intaya. Next. What was the respective ratio between total number of books distributed by company A and number of books distributed by company C? Right. This is about number of books distributed by company A. Now A has 95% of 4,800. 1% is 48. 95% in the sense 95 into 48 by company C. Company C, 80% of this number, 1% is 88 and into 80 you have. Denominator is 11 multiple, but whereas numerator is not 11 multiple. So answer should be either first or third. So if you observe this coming, in numerator you have a number 48. 48 is 3 multiple. In denominator do you have 3 multiple? 88 is not 3 multiple, 80 is also not 3 multiple. That means numerator should be 3 multiple. Out of first option and third option, what is 3 multiple? Final answer. Are you done? Next. Number of books received by each distributor working with company F was what percent more than number of books received by each distributor working with E. Now, in F you have 70% books sold, 1% is 72, 70% will be 70 into 72. These were distributed among 6 distributors, for each you will get this much. And for E, you have 80%, 1% is 56, 80% is 80 into 56. Those were distributed among 7 distributors. F is what percent more than E? That's what your question. Now, 6 how many times? 12 times. 7 how many times? 8 times. 12 into 7? 84 and then a 0. 8 into 8? 64 and then a 0. This number is how much more than 640? 200 more from where? Into? What is 10% of denominator? 30% will be into 3? 64 3 times, 192. So, if 30% is equal to 192, still you need to add 8. That is more than 1% of denominator but less than 2%. Yes or no? So, your answer should be in between 31% and 32%, correct? How many options are there? Only one. Followed? Next. Right, total number of employees in organization 1, 20,400, and from B we have, and from second organization we have 24,800. Now, what is the total number of F level employees in organization 1 and E level of employees in organization 2 together? It asked about total. Come on. F from 1. F occupies what percent? 13% of this number. That is 13 into 204. Let me write that. 13 into 204. And to this you need to add E level of employees in company 2. E level what percent? 18% of this number. 1% is 248. 18% is 18 into 248. Now, 13 into 204 ends with 2. 18 into 248 ends with 4. Answer should end with 6. How many are there? 3 are there. Answer can be either second or third or fourth. Yes? 13 into 204. 204 is 3 multiple. 18 is also 3 multiple. Come on. 204 3 multiple, 18 is also 3 multiple. 3 multiple plus 3 multiple should be 3 multiple. Is your second option 3 multiple? Third option? Fourth option? Final answer. Okay? Next, 58. Number of B level of employees in organization 1 is less than that in organization 2 by what percent approximately? B level of organization. B level employees in first organization and second one. Right. B level in first organization, how much you have? 8% of 204. So that is 8 into 204. And there you have 16 into 248. Now, can we write this number as 16 into 102? Write 204 as 204, other number as 2 into 102. 8 into 2 into 102, that is 16 into 102. Yes? Now, if you treat this number as 16 into 102, this number is how much more than the second number? 16 into 146 out of 16 into 248. Yes or no? Cancel both the numbers. Am I right? What is your question? Agi akka nannu confuse chesindi. What percentage? Correct? Come on, what is 50% of denominator? 124. Still you need to add 22, which is less than 10% but close to 10%. Can I take this number as approximately 9%? Answer should be approximately 59% or 60%. Which option we have? Yes, third option. Total number of which employees, which level employees in both organizations together is minimum. Total number of which level of employees in both organizations together is minimum. See, information is given in terms of percentage. Come on. So when information is given in percentage, if you have less percentage, value will be minimum. But you need to consider both together. Yes or no? Now, for A, how much you have? Both together. 30. And for B? So you can eliminate A. Because for B, both numbers together you have 24. Yes or no? And for C you have? Eliminate. Because you are expecting minimum number. Am I right? So C cannot be the one. And D? 38. So this cannot be the one. And E? 29. But there we have only 24. So this also cannot be the one. 13 plus 12, 25. There you have 24. So this also cannot be the one. Yes or no? If you still have any doubt, answer should be either C, either B or F. You have to verify it. But I am confident answer is B, because sum of both the numbers is 24. And for F you have total 25. If you are not confident, you can verify it. Okay? Right. Number of C level of employees in organization 1 is approximately equal to number of which level of employees in organization 2. C level of employees, 14%. 14% of what? 14 into 204. Yes or no? Forget about 204. Forget about 4. Consider only 200. Approximately, right? So 1400 times is 1400. 200 times is 2800. Yes or no? Right. Now, in second organization also approximately we have 2400 in terms of a number. Yes or no? Now wait a minute. Earlier how much we got? 2400. 2800. Right. Now in organization 2, what is 1%? 248. What is 10%? 2480. So your answer is more than 10%? But close to that. Yes or no? Look at your options. Chepta vinandi. Wait, somebody said 14. Nanna Chitti, for organization 1, we calculated what percentage? 14% on what number? 20,400. Yes or no? That should be equal to which percentage on 24,800? So if number increased, now you have 24,800, but previous case we have only 20,400. Now if number increase happened in integer, then your percentage should be definitely less than 14. Ardhamainda kaleda? Your percentage should be definitely less than 14. And it should be definitely more than 10% as discussed. So answer 12. Less than 14% అనేది అర్థమైంది పాయింట్. If you don't understand, ask me, I'll give you example. Followed everybody? Sure? నాకు కూడా జీతం రావాలి కదా, నాకు ఒక 50,000 వస్తుందని అనుకుందాం. నీ శాలరీ 40,000, ఇద్దరిది సేవింగ్స్ సేమ్. నీది 40,000, నాది 50,000. నువ్వు ఎంత పర్సెంట్ సేవ్ చేస్తున్నావు? 50%. రైట్? 50% ఆఫ్ విచ్ నెంబర్? 40,000. To save the same savings, my savings on 50,000 should be more than 50% or should be less than 50% or should be equal to 50%? Less than 50%. Adega point akkada kuda. You are trying to calculate 14% on 20,400. You are trying to calculate 14% on this number. That should be equal to some other percentage on 24,800. You have 24,800. That is more than 20,400. So then your number percentage should be less than 14%. Got it? Yes. Next. A number of A-level employees in organization 2 is approximately what percent of number of D-level of employees in organization? Chestara ivi? Percentage increase, decrease, ive kada undedi. Now, this one? For these type of questions, it's better to write the table first. Write the table first and then start. Okay? Right. Can I skip this? Anybody, any particular question? Sure? $75. Right. కొంచెం డేటా ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది చేద్దాం. What is the respective ratio between total number of female managers from operations and finance department and total number of male officers from these two departments? Okay. Which two departments? Operations and finance. Operations and finance. You're asked to calculate ratio between total number of female managers and male officers. Okay, we have to calculate it. Female managers, how many parts we have? 11 out of 24. 11 out of 24 among 1200. 13 out of 30 among 1500. 24, 50 times? 50 into 11? 550. 30 how many times? 50 times. This is 650. Total 1200. So female employees are 1200. Right. Your first number in every option is factor of 1200. So you cannot eliminate any option. We have to calculate the other number also. Now for these two departments we have to calculate male officers. For these two departments, male officers. Officers is second column. 7 parts out of 18 parts among 1800. That means direct 700. How many parts you have? 22 parts total. Total 22 parts is equal to 2200. 1 part is equal to 100. 9 parts is equal to 900. Total? Earlier you have 1200. 1200 to 1600 ratio 3:4. Right. Total number of female managers in finance department is what percent of the total number of male managers in sales department? Female managers in finance. Finance department. Total how many parts you have? Managers. If 30 parts is equal to 1500, each part is equal to 50. Then female managers are 13 parts. 13 into 50, 650. Is what percent of male managers from sales department? In sales department, total how many parts you have? Amma? 32 parts is equal to 1600. Then 1 part here also 50. Male managers are how many parts? 17 parts. Yes. Oh, okay. Male managers. How many parts you have? 7 parts is equal to 1400. 1 part 200. Male are 4 parts. That means 800 into 100. Now, no, just a minute. Yeah, 10% is 80. 80% in the sense 10% into 8, that is 80 into 80, 640. So 640 is 80 percentage and you need to add 10 more, yes or no? What is 10% of denominator? 80. 1%? 8. But you have 10, that is little bit more than 1. So answer should be close to 81%, but should be more than that. Done? What is the difference between total number of male officers in advertising and public relation department and the total number of female managers in these two departments? Right. One is officers, one is about managers. Difference between male officers, male officers in advertising and public relation. Public relation, advertising. Male officers, total how many parts you have? 15 parts. 15 parts is equal to 1500, then one part is 100, male are 700. And in advertising, how many parts you have? 12 parts. 12 parts is 600. 12 how many times? 12 how many times? 50 times. Then 750s? 350. This is one value. Male officers. And for the same departments, you need to calculate female managers. Yes or no? Right, managers. Here, how many parts you have? 16. How many times is 800? 50 times. Female are 7 parts. 7 into 5? 350. Next. How many parts? 9 parts, 900. Each part 100. Then female are 5 parts. That is, you're asked about difference of these two numbers, right? 300, 300 cancel. 700 minus 500, 200. Got it? Come on, next. '78. Total number of female employees in both managers and officers in procurement department is by what percentage more than their male counterpart? Rounded off to nearest integer. Okay. Come on. Procurement department, last one. How many parts you have? 35 parts is 700. One part? 20. Yes or no? Then male are 18 parts. 18 20s? 360. And female? 340. Okay. Now how many parts you have? 20. 20 parts is equal to 1200. Each part 60. 9 parts 540. 11 parts 660. So total male are 900. Female are 1000. What is your question? Female are what percent more than male? Yes or no? 1000 is how much more than 900? 100. From where? 900. 100 out of 900 is 1 by 9. 1 by 9 in the sense 11 1 by 9. What? Total number of male officers in advertising and sales department is what percent of the total number of officers in these two departments? Male officers in advertising and sales department is what percent of total number of officers in these two departments? Okay. Advertising and sales. Male officers. Officers, second one. 12 parts 500. Each part 50. 7 parts 350. 32 parts 1600. Each part 50. 17 parts 1750 times 850. So total male, how many are there? 1200. Now 1200 is what percent of total number of officers from these two departments? Total number of officers are 2200 into 100. 2 zeros cancel. 2 6 times. 2 11 times. 1 by 11 in the sense 9 1 by 11. 6 by 11 in the sense 6 into 9 1 by 11. That is 54 6 by 11. Nine 1 by 11 into 6. What is the ratio between total number of managers in public relation, finance and sales and operation departments, and total number of officers in finance, advertising, sales and procurement? Okay. Somewhat we are lucky. They did not ask you to calculate male segregation or female. That is about total managers. In public relation, total 800, finance 1500, sales 1400 and operations 1200. Sum of these numbers, 1200, 800. Sum of other two numbers, 1500, 1400, 2900. Total 4900. Is 13 factor of 4900? Is 7 factor? Is 6 factor? First and third cannot be the one. Is 11 factor? Is 13 factor? Need not to calculate the other one. 7:8 final answer. Basically you are supposed to calculate denominator value also, but numerator should be factor of 4900. There is only one factor available. You are done. Come on, what is the area of the circle? Data sufficiency. So you need to know either radius or diameter of the circle, then only you can calculate your area, correct? Now first one, the diameter of the circle is 90 centimeters less than its circumference. Diameter in the sense 2r, circumference in the sense 2 pi r. There is only one variable r, difference is given with only variable 1, that is r. Using first information, can you calculate radius or not? Yes. Whatever it is, you will get in terms of integer. So is 1 alone sufficient? Yes. Obviously. Next. The radius of the circle is equal to the length of the rectangle whose perimeter is 78. If perimeter is 78, that is 2 into L plus B is 78. Radius is equal to length. Do you know breadth? No. If you don't know breadth, can you calculate length of the rectangle? No. Is 2 alone sufficient? No. 1 alone will give you answer, but not 2 alone. Next. Cedric makes 2 types of rice for selling the mixer in his shop. What is the quantity of first type of rice in the mixer? So, which concept is this? Allegation. You will get quantities ratio. You are asked about how many kgs of first variety is added. Am I right? Now, the price of first type of rice is 36 rupees per kg. Cedric earned a profit of 20% by selling mixer at 57.6. First variety price is 36 rupees. And mixer, look at this question. Cedric earned a profit of 20% by selling mixer. So 57.6 is what? Selling price. And thereby you are gaining 20%. Will you get 100% or not? Yes or no? Right, just a minute. Ending with A, 6, 8, 48, 48, 9.6, 48, 9.6. Okay. So, 120% is equal to 57.6, 100% is equal to 148, which is cost price. Okay. I'll tell you how did I calculate. This value 120% is how much percent more than 100%? That is ending with what? 0.6. 20% is ending with 0.6. Then 10% may end with either 0.3 or 0.8. Avuna kada? Right. So either last digit may be either 3 or 8. Now if 120% is in 50s, 100% should be in 40s. It may end with 3 or may end with 8. If it is 43, what is 10%? 4.3. 20%? 8.6. 43 plus 8.6, will that be equal to 57.6? Hence 48 is right answer. Out of 48, 10% is 4.8. 20% is 9.6. 48 plus 9.6? 57.6. Satisfied or not? Yes. This is how I calculated. Now, is this what information we have in first one? మీ పిల్లలు పాడుగాను అదే కదమ్మా. The price of the first type of rice is 36 rupees and Cedric earned a profit of 20% by selling mixer at 57.6. That means these two values only we can calculate. Yes or no? Using that, can we calculate in what ratio we have to mix both the quantities? Will you get answer? No. Next. Second one. The price of second type of rice is 58 rupees per kg. Difference between the quantities of first variety and second variety is 3 kgs. Cost price of second variety of rice is 58 rupees. And difference of their quantities is equal to 3 kgs. Using only second information, which is given in red color, will you get answer? Using both? You have 3 numbers, cost price of first variety, second variety and mixture. Using that, can we calculate in what ratio we have to mix both the quantities? Right. When you have ratio, difference in terms of parts can be done, and in terms of kgs it is 3 kgs. Using that, can we calculate how many kgs of first variety is added? Will you get answer or not? Yes. See, this is 10 parts, the other is 12 parts. Ratio is 5:6. Difference is, if one part is 3 kgs, 5 parts 15 kgs, 6 parts 18 kgs. Next, what is your answer finally? Both are required, 1 and 2. Next, how many students are there in the class? The average weight of the class is 52. Will you get answer? No way. If 2 students weighing 44 kgs and 52 kgs leave the class and are replaced by 2 students weighing 64 kgs and 56 kgs, the average weight of the class increased by 1.2. Is 2 alone sufficient to get the answer? Yes. Yes. You will get answer. Your average concept inka sariga ardham chesukola. How many people are leaving? What was sum of their weight? What was sum of their weight? 96. So from class, 96 kgs weight is going out. And in place of those 2 persons, 2 more new people are coming. And whose sum of their weight is equal to 120. See, from class, 96 kgs is going out and 120 kgs is coming. That means what happened to overall group? Is the total weight is increasing or decreasing? Increasing by how many kgs? Total weight is increasing by how many kgs? 24 kgs. 96 kgs is going out and 120 kgs is coming in. That means total weight after replacement increased by 24 kgs. Yes or no? No. What happened to average? What happened to average? Increased by. That means 1.2 kgs increased for 1 person. Average in the sense equality. That means happened for each member. If 1.2 kgs increased for 1 person, if 24 kgs increased means how many persons are there? 20 persons. Got it or not? Followed everybody? Sure? Next, what was the percentage of discount given on market price of the table? 15% profit was earned by selling the table for 14,490. If there were no discount, percentage of profit would have been 20%. Will you get answer using 1 alone? Yes. You don't need even this number also. 15% profit is earned by selling a table for some rupees. I don't care what the number is. 14,490 also I don't want. If there were no discount offered, percentage of profit would have been 20%. That means market price is equal to 120%, correct? Then only if there is no discount offered, you will get 120%. If cost price is 100%, and if you sell the item at no discount, you will get 120%, thereby gains 20% profit. Am I right? But now they are selling it at what percentage of profit? 15%. That means selling price is equal to 115%. You know market price and selling price. Can you calculate discount percentage offered or not? Yes. You don't need use this number. 14,490 is also not required. Sure everybody, 1 alone sufficient? Next, second one. Cost price of the table is 12,600. Do you need this? Next. The speed of the train. The car takes 2 hours more than the train to cover a distance of 264. Using 1 alone, will you get answer? You must know speed of the car. If you know speed of the car, then only you can calculate speed of the train. Yes or no? Next. Second one. The train moves 22 km per hour faster than the car. Is 2 alone sufficient? Is 1 and 2 sufficient? Yes. Now, to cover 264 kilometers with a speed x km per hour, time taken by the car to cover 264 kilometers with x km per hour is 264 by x. And time to cover 264 kilometers by train is, where train speed is 22 km per hour more than car speed, that means x plus 22, correct? Am I right? First one is time taken by the car and the second one is time taken by the train. And your first information says car takes 2 hours more than the time taken by train. That means difference of their time is equal to 2. How many variables are there? How many equations are there? How many equations? One equation, one variable. Will you get x value or not? If you know x value, can't we calculate x plus 22? Whether you are asked about car speed or train speed, we can calculate, correct? You don't have to solve and get the value of x, just decide whether you will get it or not, that's it. Finally, what is your answer? Both required. Next. A bag contains 4 shirts, blue shirts, 5 red and 6 yellow. Total how many shirts are there? Total 15 shirts. One shirt is drawn at random, 15 C1 ways. What is the probability that it is either yellow or red? Yellow and red, total how many are there? There is only one option which is where numerator is 11. Sare, enduku 11 out of 15. Okay na? Yellow or red. That means either 5 or 6. Out of those two, you may get any one. So out of 11 favorable shirts, you may pick one. You can do that in 11C1 out of 15C1. Next. 2 shirts are drawn randomly. What is the probability that both of them are blue? Both are blue. How many blue are there? That means 4C2 by 15C2. Correct? 5 times 2, 7 times 2 by 35. 3 shirts are drawn randomly. What is the probability that exactly one of them is blue? 3 are drawn out of 15. You can do that in 15C3 ways. 1 should be blue. How many blue we have? That means you need to get 4C1. 1 shirt is from blue. And remaining 2 are from anything from either red or yellow. Yes or no? Remaining how many are there? 11. Out of these 11, you need to pick 2. See, in 4C1 and 11C2, will you get 11 multiple? In 11C2, you will get 11 multiple or not? In denominator, 15C3 in the sense 15 into 14 into 13, by something you have, yes or no? So 15, 14, 13, do you have 11 multiple? Then your numerator must be 11 multiple. Don't have to calculate it, answer 44 by 91 because of 11 multiple. Am I right? Next. As a part of renovating an office, flooring, painting, carpeting of a hall is to be undertaken. The hall has length 16 meters, breadth 12 meters, height 5 meters. The cost of flooring is 2250, cost of painting is 750, cost of carpeting is 850. Now, while painting the hall, it was noticed that one was on length side having no door or window, required plastering, which will cost 320 rupees. What will be the cost of plastering and the painting that particular wall? Okay. Now, for plastering, how much they are charging? 320. And for painting, 750. Total 1070. 1070. Into area we have to use, right? This is for wall. This is for wall. On which side? Length side or breadth side? Length side. Take this room as example. This is breadth because breadth should be less than length. What is this? And that one? Lengthwise. So for that particular wall, we have to go for painting and plastering. Yes or no? Painting cost is 750 rupees and plastering cost is 320 per square meter. Correct? So per square meter, both painting and plastering together is 1070 rupees. And you need to measure the area of the wall along its length side. Yes or no? What is length given in question? 16. Height? 5. Area of the wall along with the length side is 16 into 5. How much? 80. So you need to multiply 80 and 1070. Am I right? You must have two zeros because you have two zeros in one in 80, one in 1070. Last digit verification. 8 into 7 ends with? Answer should end with 600. Over. Followed. Next. What will be the cost of flooring? The hall, if a contractor offered 12% discount on the total cost. Flooring. Flooring is done for area, that is length into breadth. Just a minute, I don't want to calculate it. First of all, you need to calculate length into breadth into cost of flooring. How much is that? 2250. That will be total cost for flooring. But the contractor is giving 12% discount. That means he will. That means contractor will charge only 88%. So you must calculate 88% of total cost. Yes or no? Just a minute. I don't even calculate anything. Look at your options. You know 2250 is cost calculated per square meter for flooring. Yes or no? 2250 is 9 multiple. Whatever percentage you calculate on 9 multiple, answer should be 9 multiple. Come on, look at your options. First one. Is your first option 9 multiple? Second option? No. Third option? No. Fourth option? Fifth option? There is only one 9 multiple, you are done. Need not to calculate area, need not to calculate 88%. See, comparison. See, you can even verify 11 multiplication also. Because you need to calculate only 88%. Yes or no? Verifying 9 multiplication is one way, verifying 11 multiplication is another way. Which is simple? Use it. If there are multiple options, then use 11 multiple. Because you have 88%. Yes or no? Right. That's the way. What will be the cost of painting the 4 walls of the hall if it has a door of 1.6 meters and 2.5 meters, a window 0.8 meters into 1.5. Cost of painting, total cost of painting. For painting, how much they charge? 7 into area you have to write, yes or no? Whatever the other number may be, 750 is which multiple? 3 multiple? 750 is 3 multiple? So your answer also should be 3 multiple? Come on. Is your first option 3 multiple? Yes. Second option? No. Third option? Fourth option? Yes. Fifth option? There are 3 options. So you must calculate area. Okay. Now, painting is done for 4 walls, but there is 1 window and 1 door. Okay. Let us first calculate total area, then we will subtract door area and window area. Okay. 4 walls in the sense 2 walls along with breadth, 2 walls along with length. Already we have calculated area of the wall along length side. 16 5 times. 16 5 times. That means left hand side 80, right hand side 80, total 160. Okay. Now, what is breadth of the rectangle? 12. And height? That means area of the wall along its breadth side is 12 into 5, 60. So, front side 60 and back side also 60. Total 120. Earlier you have 160. Total 280. Okay. 280 is total area, but from 280 we have to subtract something. Area of the door, area of the window. Door area 1.6 into 2.5. Can I take 2.5 as 10 by 4? 10 by 4. Come on. 1.6 into 10, 16. By 4, 4. Got it? Door area is 4. Next, window area. 0.8 times of 1.5. 1 time of 0.8 is 0.8 only. Half time of 0.8 is 0.4. 0.8, 0.4, 1.2. 4 plus 1.2. If you subtract 5.2 from this, calculator na? 274.8. 274.8. This is area which we need to go for painting. And for painting, they charge 750. Yes or no? Right. Now, you can forget about 0 and write this number as 2748. Yes or no? 5 into 8. Number should end with answer leme migile. First option or fourth option or fifth option. Yes or no? 3 multiple should be 9 multiple. This is not 9 multiple. This is 9 multiple. This is not 9 multiple. Okay, done. See, 750 is 3 multiple. We verified it. We got 3 options. First option or fourth or fifth. Correct? And 2748 is also 3 multiple. 3 multiple and 3 multiple should be 9 multiple. Is your first option 9 multiple? No. Fourth option? Yes. Fifth option? No. So out of those 3 also 2 are eliminated. Fourth option final answer. Okay na? Sure everybody? Chalo, next. What will be the cost of carpeting the hall, leaving aside the area 1.8 into 1.5 meters for the wooden cabinet? Okay. Carpeting is done for? Carpet then mere estam? Flooring keda. Flooring ante? Area. Area of the rectangular hall. So for carpeting, how much they are charging? 850. Now, into area of the rectangular hall, length into breadth. What is length? 16. Breadth 12. 12 into 16. 16 10 times. 16 2 times. 192. But from this you have to leave some area. You have to leave some area for wooden cabinet. How much is that? 1.8 into 1.5. See, 1.8, one time is 1.8, half time is 0.9. 1.8 plus 0.9, 2. If you subtract 2.7 from 192, 189.3. So 850 into 189 point, come on, 3. You can forget about 10 and treat this number as 1893. 9 into 5 ends with, come on, 5. First cannot be the one, fourth cannot be the one, fifth cannot be the one. Because your answer should end with, matladru, 5. 1893 is 3 multiple. Answer should be 3 multiple. Is your second option 3 multiple? Is your third option 3 multiple? Over. Got it? I am verifying first last digit. 3 are already eliminated. Now multiplication rule. Okay. What will be the difference between the cost of painting the wall on length side and the wall on breadth side if neither of the wall has a door or a window? For painting, how much do they charge? 7. So some number multiplied by 750 you need to calculate, correct? 750 is 3 multiple. Answer should be 3 multiple. Is your first option 3 multiple? Second, third, fourth, fifth, either fourth or fifth. 2 are there. So now you have to calculate it. Now painting cost difference for 2 walls, one along length side, another along breadth side. Length side, I want to calculate hall area. That is length into height. Length is 16 into 5, 80. Breadth side, 12 into height, 5. 12 into 5, 60. 80, 60 difference. 20 into 750, 15,000 final answer. If there is only one 3 multiple, hope so you can close there itself. You need not to calculate its area. What will be the total cost of flooring the hall and painting the ceiling? Flooring is done for hall. That means area of the rectangle. Yes or no? And painting for ceiling. Ceiling in the sense will be also equal to area of the rectangular hall. Flooring ante kinda estam, painting ceiling ante paina estam. Avuna kada? So in both cases you are using same area for painting and for flooring. Correct? For painting how much do they charge? 750. And for flooring how much do they charge? 2,250. That means for flooring and painting together they charge 3,000. Correct? Ardhamainda? Area, let the area be X. Area of the rectangular hall be X. For flooring it is 2,250 into X, and for painting ceiling X into 750. That is total 3,000 into X. Yes or no? No. 3,000 into area of the rectangular hall, 16 into 12, 192. Answer should end with 6,000. You have 3 zeros. 3 into 2 ends with 6. After that you should have 3 zeros. Answer should end with 6,000. How many options are there? Only one. This is 60,000. Fifth option is having 60,000. But your answer should end with only 6,000. Now you want me to discuss this? Looks very easy. Avuna kada? Any particular question, anybody? Sure?